Hello, this is Elaine with Antelope Beads, and today I'm going to talk about how to make tassels. We can make tassels using cord, leather, variety of different materials. These make great earrings using the Tiracast bead caps in this case. We can also embellish a necklace. We can add beads to the tassels, and so there's just lots of different applications for tassels. I'm going to make these tassels using Sandra Younger's Not a Do-It-All board. This is a great tool for a variety of knotting applications. We've used it to do many macrame projects. It's really great for sizing multi-strand necklaces, and there's just lots and lots of applications of that. So this is the full-size board. It's about 20 inches long, and there's also a smaller board that is, you can really do everything with a smaller board you can with the bigger one. This is just great for bracelets, smaller projects, and it's almost a travel size, so it's a nice little board to have. Okay, so to start with, for the tassel, I'm going to take, in this particular case, 4 different pieces of cord. I have a 1mm leather cord, I have a flat waxed cord and a couple of round cords. I'm going to put those all together, and I've set up some pegs here. I have a clip right in centered between 2 pegs, and I'm going to make 2 tassels at the same time. I want them to be about 1 inch long, so I've put my pegs in place so that they are 2 inches apart, because I'm actually going to make, again, both tassels at the same time. So what I'll do is clip the cords into this clip, and then, and sometimes because there's so many of them, they like to move around a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to just wrap them around these 2 pegs a couple of times, and then I'm going to clip the rest of these in with the beginning of the cords. So I've got that so far. Then I'll take about 8 inches of wax cord, and I'm going to tie the top of the tassel. Just put the cord right over there. I'm going to tie a knot right near the top of the peg. There's one side. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. If I was going to do just one tassel, I'd stop here and then just cut there and I'd be done, but I am going to make 2. So I'll go ahead and tie the other side in place. And then I'm going to cut the tassel in half. And again, this peg is exactly centered between the 2 longer pegs, so I can just find that center point and snip it apart. I'm going to unclip the ends of the cords, and let's see what we got. Okay, so I've got sort of the beginning of 2 tassels here. These right now are sort of all over the place. I'm going to first of all trim off those tails. I've got that. Now the issue is that my cords are sticking out in opposite directions, so I can do a couple of things to solve that problem. First of all, I can just bend them over like this, cut this little top off, and glue it into a Tiracast cone. But I do want to make a pair of earrings with these little Kazuri beads, and the cone just might be a little big for that, so let's look at an alternative. So I'm going to do a coiled knot on the top of this tassel. I'm going to take the cord, make a little loop in the bottom, and then I will wrap around the top of the tassel, and I'm wrapping around both the tassel and that little piece of cord I just put into place, and I'll maybe wrap 4 times, and I'm going to put the cord through the loop. I will pull the cord, both the top and the bottom tails, in opposite directions to tighten up that knot, and I have a nice little wrap at the top of my tassel. So to get rid of those ends, I'm going to snip them off. And then I will use a lighter and actually melt the ends. This is nylon cord, so it will melt. And then once it's melted, I can just sort of use my fingernail to nudge that into the coiled knot. Same thing on this side. There we go. Okay, so now I have a tassel. So to make my earring, I'm going to go ahead and run this one side of this tassel up through the bead, and then I'm going to get a jump ring, make sure it's closed. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to run the cord through the jump ring, back down through the bead, and I can really pull this up pretty snug so that the top knots that I put at the top of the tassel almost go right inside of the bead. There we go. And then I can just tie a little overhand knot with those two tails, and I will snip them off and melt them just like I did with the first one. I'll use my lighter again to do that. And I'll get the other side. Okay, so there's my tassel. It's attached to the bead. I guess I'm going to just melt this a little bit more. Get that nudged in there. That looks better. Okay. And then I can take an ear wire, open it up, slip it into the ring, and I have an earring with a tassel on the bottom of it. Thanks so much for watching.